So, a very good day to one and all. I am Dr. Rohit Gopinath, and today we will be discussing about salivary neoplasm. Now, salivary neoplasms are said to have a varied etiology. It can be genetic, sometimes it can be environmental or dietary changes related, it can be infective, radiation induced, and certain habits are known to cause salivary neoplasms. For example, genetic conditions wherein there is loss of alleles of chromosome 12q, 8q or 17q is said to be associated with a number of salivary neoplasms. Eskimos, because of their diet being deficient in vitamin A, are said to be at an increased risk of having salivary neoplasms. Infective conditions such as mumps, as well as those infections caused by Epstein-Barr viruses, are known to precipitate a salivary neoplasm in an individual. Radiation exposure, like how it is associated with papillary carcinoma of the thyroid, it is associated with the mucoepidermoid carcinoma of the parotid or of the other salivary glands, say the submandibular or the sublingual salivary. Smoking is a very important etiological factor behind the occurrence of Warthin's tumor or adenolymphoma. Now, almost all salivary malignancies and almost all salivary neoplasms are common among females except for Warthin's, which is more common among males. Salivary neoplasms are broadly classified as epithelial neoplasms, non-epithelial neoplasms, malignant lymphomas, secondaries and lymphoepithelial tumors. Among epithelial neoplasms, you have adenomas and carcinomas. Epithelial neoplasms constitute 90% of all salivary gland neoplasms. And adenomas include pleomorphic adenoma, monomorphic adenoma, oncocytoma, basal cell adenoma. So, you would have all guessed by now, so all these are benign tumors. Their malignant counterparts or the malignancies, basically the carcinomas, include mucoepidermoid carcinoma, actinic cell carcinoma, adenoid cystic carcinoma, adenocarcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, carcinoma ex pleomorphic adenoma, and undifferentiated carcinoma. So, non-epithelial tumors include hemangioma, which is the most common parotid tumor in pediatric age group. In fact, it is one of the most common tumors seen in parotid tumors seen in infants, and usually it regresses on its own. It usually has a regressive course. Okay, so hemangioma is the most common parotid tumor in pediatric age group. Lymphangiomas can occur, neurofibromas, neurilemomas. Malignant lymphomas also are classified as neoplasms of the salivary gland. Secondaries of the parotid gland or salivary glands are also known to occur. Lymphoepithelial tumors can be either benign or malignant. A benign lymphoepithelial tumor of the salivary gland is called as a Goodwin's tumor, and a malignant tumor is called as an Eskimoma because it's common among Eskimos. Now, there is a very important number to be remembered with regard to tumors of the salivary gland, and the number is 80. So, 80% of salivary tumors seem to occur in the parotid. Among these 80% of parotid tumors, 80% are benign. Among the benign tumors, 80% of benign tumors are pleomorphic adenomas. And of these pleomorphic adenomas, 80% seem to involve only the superficial lobe. So, the number 80 carries a lot of significance as far as salivary neoplasms are concerned. So, to summarize again, 80% of neoplasms, salivary gland neoplasms occur in the parotid. Among this, 80% are benign. Among the benign tumors, 80% are pleomorphic adenomas, and 80% of pleomorphic adenomas tend to involve only the superficial lobe. Now, submandibular gland, neoplasms form around 15% of the total salivary gland neoplasms. 50% of them are benign, and among the 50%, 95% are pleomorphic adenoma. So, minor salivary glands contribute to 10% of total salivary gland tumors. Now, an interesting fact to be noted is that the lesser is the size of the gland, salivary gland, more is the chance of malignancy. The chances of malignancy is the highest among the three major salivary glands. The chance of malignancy is the highest in the sublingual gland, whereas it is the lowest in the parotid. So, the size of the gland is inversely proportional to the chance of malignancy. Larger the size of the gland, lesser is the chance of developing a malignancy. So, pleomorphic adenoma is the commonest salivary gland tumor in adults, forming 80% of total number of salivary gland neoplasms. 80% of pleomorphic adenoma occur in the parotid gland. It contains mesenchymal, myoepithelial and duct reserve cells. Grossly, when you have a specimen of a pleomorphic adenoma and when you cut through it, it tends to have cartilages, cystic spaces and solid tissues inside. And when you stain it and visualize it under a microscope, it tends to be biphasic, having both epithelial and stromal components, as you can see here. You have the epithelial components and you have the stromal components.